Technology. 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 Raise your hands, your techno hands. Bob your head if you understand that we're on a move, a techno move. Show the world your techno groove.
Tonight's episode of the Mountain Dew freaking ShopRite cast is brought to you by... Who are our sponsors again? I forget. Oh well. Freaking, I bet you all Jelly?
Apple.
Yeah, Jelly Belly. There we go. That's our sponsor. Best jelly beans on the planet.
Alright.
And HP. One of the two. That actually happened at the very beginning of this trimester of news aggregation. Or what the hell am I trying to say? It happened at the beginning of this 2 weeks. That HP mitosed themselves out into two different companies. One is going to be for selling ink, and one's... Or, not selling ink, but like consumer
selling
shit.
ink.
Their
sole purpose is going to be selling ink.
Please.
I read it wrong. It says incorporated, and I read just read ink.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. It's like HP Inc., but that's where they sell ink.
And that's probably where a good part of their profit comes from. I know them as like the printer company with some computer history. So they'll have that section, and then they're going to keep their enterprise, which is more like Red Hat similar services, such as I guess they have a Unix, which I hadn't heard of.
HPUX?
Yep. They're going to maintain that in one business, and they're going to have their hardware and everything in another. It's not really clear though why they chose to do it now. Anyone have any speculation? Because I know I do. 3D printing.
Well, they're losing some money, and they're doing a lot of restructuring, so maybe that has some implications.
So it's like a house cleaning kind of thing.
Yeah, and trying to make a more stable future plan for the company as a whole.
I see HP is kind of like the Radio Shack of computer hardware.
It's always there.
Always there, old as hell. Your parents probably love it.
Hey, I like Radio Shack.
Radio Shack is the wangs for phones, but anything else, like, don't even try. Better off just buying that shit off Newegg. Do they actually sell radios there anymore?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But like, it's good.
Liars.
It's good for if you need like fast prototyping something, and you can just get the components there.
Yeah, I guess it is convenient. It takes the middleman of the shipping company out. I'd much rather have like a Steve's Hardware, whatever the hell the West Coast computer place is. What's that called? Fry's. Not Steve's. That's like a Minecraft shop or something.
Steve's Emporium. Grab your enchanted blades here.
Did that happen this week? The Minecraft thing, or was that last week? I forgot.
No, that was last episode.
Well, I think the only reason I thought it was this week is because I got bit in the ass by it.
Oh, actually, there was something Minecraft related this week.
You tell.
So there's a leaked tweet, I think, or not leaked, but a tweet from one of the developers for Minecraft that posted a picture of a Windows Phone with Minecraft Pocket Edition on it.
Well, that's kind of an obvious direction to take it. I wouldn't see him not having it on Windows Phone for that long.
The really interesting part, though, is that he said they were developing it probably about a year ago.
So before they even bought it?
Yep.
Probably they were in talks way back that we don't know about.
Probably.
Yeah, but I got bit in the ass by Craft Bucket not having a DMCA takedown because I was going to host a Minecraft server for a recreational period at school, and nope, sorry.
Yeah, luckily I still have Minecraft Bucket, but it's not upgradable anymore.
No, it can't go to 1.8, right?
Nope.
That was a bitchin' update too. There's so much stuff in it. They got rid of gravel.
Yeah.
And now it's just some unpronounceable, like, Greek-sounding shit out of Senai or some, I don't even know. So we'll see how long
out
it
of
takes.
what?
Yeah, something or other. We'll see how long it takes freaking Minecraft to recover from this. It had 5 years of glory.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll be able to come back though.
I don't know. My prediction is this is the beginning of the end. Something else will take its place. You see on Steam all the time Minecraft clones that do it better, and the only reason they're not taking off is because Minecraft was good enough. But now if Microsoft Snarf. If Microsoft starts no.
Jesus fuck.
What happened?
A mess.
Did you drop your mic and your chicken?
I did. No, like into the chicken, it just dropped my lap. It's really cute.
That is disgusting.
But yeah, if they screwed up, you might see more people moving to games like Left 4 Dead, or not Left 4 Dead, what's it called? 7 Days to Die, and Rust.
I haven't heard of any of those games.
You haven't heard of Rust?
Nope.
We have a Rust server.
Yeah, Teknik used to have a Rust server, but no one was on it for a while.
Just no one's heard of it?
And for once, Dymatic is talking about Rust the game and not Rust the language.
That's what I thought at first.
Yeah, that was really confusing when I first got into it, and I was like, which one are they talking about?
They screwed the Rust subreddit out, too.
Oh, I bet. Because the subreddit started as the programming language version, right?
It is still. Play Rust is the game version.
Ah, okay.
And let me pick a bone really quick with programming language developers that make their language the most obscure, impossible to Google terms. Like, who thought making a language called C or D was a good idea? Just
They didn't have Google back then.
yeah, I guess.
It just came naturally.
I know.
Well, I mean, like,
So
there's that language of Go.
Yeah.
that's probably hard too.
Yeah.
No, because it's a Google language. They probably prioritize the hell out of that shit. I think Google plays dirty with some of their stuff, not only with searches, but with loading YouTube. Because every time I try to load YouTube in Firefox, it just does not happen. But it'll do it instantly in Chrome. See what they're trying to do.
I wouldn't doubt it. They probably use a lot of their internal structuring. And then Chrome has direct access to that.
Corey's freaking the hell out. He says it's called Golang. Yeah, you can do that, but you're only going to get official documentation. If you want to search for it, like on Stack Overflow, they're not going to write Golang every time they're referencing their language. It's just a lose-lose situation when you're in a search engine.
Oh, and Raiden just posted a screenshot of a search for Go, and most of them are Go programming languages related, but there's a movie called Go in 1999. Huh.
I can't believe it's not just bringing back pictures of like checkered flags and shit.
That's probably the image search.
Probably. One of you guys get on that.
Or it's that weird like bucktooth ass Go Gopher. Wait, is that the Go logo? Or am I mixing that up with the Plan 9 logo?
It might be the Plan 9. I wasn't sure Go had like a little mascot.
Or no, Plan 9 is Glenda the Rabbit. I think Windows should officially adopt Windows 10 as their mascot. I'm ready for that to happen. They do in Japan.
Yeah.
I thought that was a joke at first, but apparently not. Microsoft knows their freaking marketing. I know they sold me with the freaking Windows 10 preview. I think I'm definitely switching over.
Isn't it nice?
Mm-hmm. We got virtual desktops and, well, that's all I'm excited about, but that's such a huge feature.
Yeah, even though some of these features are, like, other operating systems already have all these features, it's still nice to have these technically new features for Windows in the new version.
Yep.
I mean, I could be smug and say, oh, Gnome's had this since the 90s, which they have, but even so, I'm glad that Microsoft's doing it, since you're not going to go through life without using Windows somewhere, and at least Windows will now be on par with the other systems that do have it.
Yeah, I like the command prompt additions as well.
I haven't been up to date on those. Is it like have they incorporated PowerShell into the main command prompt now?
No, so they're just updating the interface for the command shell. And you can now resize and automatically resizes the buffer along with it. There's transparency, there's full control support, so like control copy, control paste. Other keyboard shortcut support, what else?
I saw that they had transparency, but it's full window, right? It's even the menu bar and stuff. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, they've always had transparency in the taskbar.
Yeah. I don't see where it helps in a command prompt, though, unless you want to, like, rice that shit out.
But does command prompt even have like a menu bar? I just thought it was just the output window.
I don't know. I haven't used Windows in long enough.
Well, you can have a menu bar, I believe.
Oh, you can, like, enable it. At school, we have extremely locked down versions of Windows without a start menu and without command prompts and whatnot. And you also can't kill tasks. So, yeah. I wouldn't even call it Windows. Literally, the only way to run programs is shortcuts they put on the desktop. Oh, it's just shite. That's why you would never see, like, Linux installations in most schools, because you would just Control F3, kill X, and then there you go, you're in. Go watch your, like, porn or play Minecraft, whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, what else do you do in the school but watch porn or play Minecraft?
Fuck learning, am I right?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yep. Wait, did I might have actually said Windows 9, because when I wrote this shit down, it was still Windows 9. But then they unveiled that it's 10, and I want to talk about that. Thank you, Java, for ruining 9 for us.
Well, not Java itself, because a lot of programming languages has that feature or ability to check that in their language, but it's all the developer's fault.
In strings, though?
Yeah, you can.
We were talking about this yesterday. Why would it not return an enum that has, like, specific versions? I mean, I guess some languages don't support enum. That's not an excuse. I mean, how many resources are you saving by only checking against the first damn character?
Well, it's probably just easier for the developer. Bad, but easier.
I guess, because if you have, like, a string of characters, you could just check index 0, and if it equals 9, yep, you're in the 90s.
Yep.
But couldn't they change the internal name to something else? Because Windows 8 is technically, like, Windows 6.1, right?
I believe 7 is 6.1.
That's right.
Vista was 6.
But it seems like they could do something with that would alleviate that whole problem. And 9 could just remain the consumer-facing name of it.
Well, they have the internal code names, they have the actual version, and then they have the string version.
Balto, I just want to say that's a good-ass restaurant.
I have never been to a Longhorn restaurant.
Kill yourself, dude. It's like it blows every other steakhouse out of the water, except maybe Outback. Outback's banging.
Outback is a steakhouse?
Well, yeah. I mainly eat seafood if I go there. But Longhorn has interesting items like sriracha steak and whatnot. Oh, yes. I've been considering just smuggling in sriracha everywhere I go.
Some people do that. They like bring a little bottle in their bags.
It's like the equivalent of always carrying a flask around, but you carry around a freaking flask of dried chilies.
That one town didn't even need to smuggle it in. It was in the air.
Sriracha?
Yeah.
That'd be painful.
What town is it where they have the sriracha plant? That one of the containers that held powdered sriracha, I believe, exploded.
Oh, God.
How terrible.
And the entire town had to be evacuated because sriracha was in the air everywhere.
It would just be like a cloud of pepper spray taking over your community.
Pretty much.
Dude, I would rather it be any kind of leek than sriracha. Especially powdered. How do you never had that? You might have just changed my life, by the way, because now it's way easier to smuggle places. If I ever go to jail, I'm just going to load up with, like, freaking baggies of sriracha.
Oh, man.
Our local jail, this is so off topic, uses top ramen packages as currency. It's not even cigarettes anymore. It's all about the ramen.
Huh. So college students would be like gods in jail.
I mean, possibly. Imagine that in Orange is the New Black. Instead of the cockroaches carrying around cigarettes, it's like enormous packages of ramen. That show is such shite. Just overhyped shite. They get free shows that air exclusively on Netflix. Don't even have to have a marketing budget because the websites will freak out about them. Oh, look, it's exclusively on the internet.
Yeah, a lot of exclusivity for products is overhyped.
Just look at Gmail. And then Google took it too far with Google Plus and just killed it.
Google Plus is still kicking.
You
use it every day.
keep telling yourself that.
Oh, I do.
It blows Facebook out of Bake Book.
Bake book.
Fake book. There you go.
That's what Pinterest should be called. It blows Facebook out of the water, though, with their concept of circles. And Facebook has them, it's just never advertised them heavily, I guess. So, Google makes it easy, and Hangouts is just unbeatable.
Yeah, Hangouts is pretty awesome.
But they tried to separate that from the core Google Plus services because nobody wants to use Google Plus.
Yeah.
And then they're forcing it down people's throats by making you have a Google Plus if you have a YouTube account. This marketing strategy there just went kaput. Yeah, I know it's not necessary anymore, Corey, but it was for quite a while. It was a point of a lot of contention, according to the YouTube comments. But they're never happy. If you ever feel like you have too many brain cells, just go to YouTube and read some of the comments.
Oh, those comments are gold.
Especially, like, you'll see a stupid comment, and then you'll find it's like a chain of 65 progressively more stupid comments. It's just great. There's a subreddit dedicated to it called Our YouTube Comments.
I really want to find that subreddit now.
There's just been such gold on that shit. I like Vimeo, but it doesn't allow gaming content. Something about something copyright.
Yeah. The only time I see Vimeo is... Oh no, what is it? I forget. All the music videos are in that one type of YouTube. Vivo, yes.
What is that? Is that a publisher kind of thing?
I have no idea.
I think Vivo.
It is Vivo. It's a pain in the ass too because I'm about to piss off every audio file in this room.
Boy.
I get all of my music by downloading YouTube videos and extracting the audio.
Kill yourself.
I knew.
Oh,
I knew. But with
do you
Vivo,
upscale it to FLAC and then seed
No,
it?
stop, Uncle D.
can I tell a story about that actually? When I was
Yes.
like 14 or 15, I thought that when a lossy codec meant that it lost quality every time you played it, so I would re-encode my MP3s from YouTube to FLACs and listen to them.
Well, you were young.
Yeah.
Please say you shared those FLACs.
Do what now?
Did you share those FLACs?
No, I don't. I'm not a reverse pirate because that's when shit gets in trouble.
Very true, very true.
But I still have FLACs for no reason. I should re-encode them to MP3.
Yeah, I have a lot of FLACs and yeah.
Like the seed?
Oh yes, I have a pile of flax seed in my the backseat of my car.
Healthy as shit. You think granola's good for you, dude? Flax is like a
I just
natural.
munch on it while I go to work.
That's disgusting.
They really do sell packets for old people. I'm all about them. It's like the one cash crop of freaking Africa. I think that's the only place you can grow it.
Really?
No, I'm just trying to segue into Ubuntu 14. Dot.
How do you get from flax seeds
Flax
to
seed.
Ubuntu?
Africa. Ubuntu.
Yes,
Of course.
Africa was the bridge in. But yeah, that shit got released. Nothing changed. End of story.
Are there any new features? Like, I haven't followed Ubuntu for a couple of years now.
Unity 9 came out, but it's largely the same shit. I'm using it right now. And yeah, the Amazon has gotten worse in this version of the beta. Now, instead of just recommending Amazon results in like searches, you have an Amazon icon in your starting like default toolbar.
Huh.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
I bought a toaster through it once, and every time somebody mentions like the Amazon shit being bad, I always just mention that toaster. It's like case in point. It's a crazy toaster, dude. 4 pieces of toast at once.
Wow, fancy.
4? 8. No, 4.
I need a toaster. I don't have one.
Dude, I saw a picture of a toaster that was 2 panes of glass that would heat up so you could watch your toast. You could watch your bread become toast.
Now that is fancy.
I'd buy that.
There's also a toaster that runs NetBSD. Somebody had it at a freaking one of the BSD conventions. And it's like, it has specially designed utilities for toasting toast. You can calibrate the exact like numbers of your toasting sessions, and it like remembers how many toasts you've eaten.
Now, can you publish toasts to Twitter?
I assume it has an API for that. You can push your toast to GitHub.
Okay.
People can modify it.
Your toast configs?
I don't know if I want people modifying my toast configs. Burn your house down.
Toast configs actually sound pretty tasty. It's like a hybrid between the freaking bread and Fig Newton.
Yeah, let me just accept that pull request for changing the wattage to 500 watts.
It actually sounds like a legitimate pull request if you're working on some kind of like embedded system. Which, by the way, screw GitHub for a while. I'm so pissed off about a pull request that I sent this week.
To what project?
Rust.
Ah.
Now, explain to me how this makes any sense. You fix a terrible bug in their program and submit it, and they're like, oh, holy shit, that's freaking awesome, dude. But they don't accept it, and they say, while you're at it, could you fix A, B, and C? And then resubmit, and we'll merge your shit in. It's like, what? I said, yeah, I'll do it. Not promptly, and I'm not going to do that shit. Too much work.
Yeah. Maybe that bug fix also needed the other bug fixes for it to fully fix itself? I don't know.
I tested it. The bug was gone in my stuff. They just went a step further, I guess.
I guess so.
I'll tell you what, the GitHub has the same problem that Destiny has in their multiplayer in a weird roundabout kind of way. Because in Destiny, obviously it's a role-playing game, you're going to grind for gear. People will just go into multiplayer games and not play because there's a chance they can still get gear for just being in a game.
Yeah, random drops and stuff.
Yeah. It's the same way for GitHub. If you make a pull request to a project, it shows you having committed to that project without them merging it.
Yeah.
So they could just send shit everywhere and say like, oh dude, look at all the open source that I've committed to. I'm the freaking Dennis Ritchie over here.
Until people actually look at what you've done.
They're like, wait, you changed the letter to capitalized.
HR does not have time for that. Also, I have sent grammar fixes, and I don't feel bad about it.
No, those are all welcome. I mean, those are valid fixes too.
Yeah, grammar fixes are usually welcome. I saw this one, there's an article about this user on GitHub who just posted pull requests for changing the wording to make it unisex.
Oh, I remember that.
That was a G thing, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
They made that programming language C plus minus or whatever.
Oh,
Plus equals.
Yeah.
Plus equals.
And then GitHub took it down, and they put it on Bitbucket, and Bitbucket took it down.
That shit was fucking stupid.
That says a lot about GitHub, though, if they're willing to take a project down. But that's like 2-month-old news that everyone's already debated to freaking the extent of the...
Yeah. But we haven't.
I guess we should. I tried to talk about GitHub before, but I just get too angry with it. Because it's a good service. People just rely on it too much.
Yeah.
I think, we definitely did talk about that aspect of it. And when the service you're hosting a project on could just say, nah, we don't like the content of this legitimate project, and close it down, they have too much power. C plus equals wasn't infringing on anybody's... It wasn't dangerous or anything.
Nah, it wasn't. But they were, they were feeling too much pressure from the outside world and
The real feminist community, probably.
yeah.
Social justice warriors.
Oh god.
I gotta thank Social Justice Warriors and Zoe Quinn for making HN, though. Also talked about that last night. Throwback.
Woo.
We have a Teknik HN board, by the way, for anybody interested in checking out the 4 posts that have been made so far.
Yeah,
You're very
quite
informative.
active.
It's the pinnacle of activity.
Sure you can in NoPi.
What do you say?
He said, "Can I go there to ship post?"
Actually, please do, because it's probably like a couple days from being deleted from HN.
Yeah, probably.
If it's not already.
We're almost at 30 days.
Oh, it's 30 days? I thought it was 7 days for some reason.
No. Was it 7?
Maybe.
Okay.
No, I think he changed it in peak activity, and then it went back to 30.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Nux said 2 weeks. Nux, now, with no prior knowledge, try to describe that time period every, 2 weeks. I swear to God, have you heard the joke, how many Polish people does it take to screw in a light bulb? How many freaking G-tards does it take to figure out that 2 weeks is fortnightly and not bi-weekly?
What do you think 2 weeks is, Nux?
I would say like 14 days, maybe.
Wow, that's...
That's one way to say it.
You're not wrong. Why do we not think of that? Why do we not say every
Just
14
say 14 days.
Wow.
I still like Fortnite.
It's every 27,000 hours? That's probably way off. I don't know math.
Say 27,000 hours?
Yeah. It's probably like a year.
It's a little over a year, I think.
Holy shit. Adam, wait, who the hell is Adam? Dennis Ritchie, he's dead as hell as of today, 3 years ago. And just the hours made me think of it, because in the comments of his death video, which is a G production, by the way. What the fuck am I talking about? I got into a spaghetti of freaking topics here. Somebody linked a video of the first programmer talking about nanoseconds.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's exciting as hell. But she said, light in a nanosecond travels, 5 inches, and she was bitching out programmers for wasting nanoseconds. It was great. Yeah, NoPi knows what I'm talking about. It's hard to describe. Grace Hopper. Dude, people in that same comment chain were shitting on Ada Lovelace. Not literally, of course.
Yeah, that would... Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
It is the internet, after all.
Yeah, I've seen much worse.
You remember the Harlem Shake shitting video? We probably shouldn't talk about this too long.
There was one.
No, I have not.
That'll be in the link conglomeration.
Yeah. So you guys can check it out later.
Why?
I think it was on YouTube or something. Oh god, it's just nightmares.
If it's on YouTube, it's not that bad then.
No, it probably got taken down.
Okay. Then it is that bad.
I'm sad that MeSpin.com is no more.
Did it get, taken down, or...?
I don't know what happened. MeSpin.cc is still up, but MeSpin.com it doesn't load anymore.
Ah.
Wow, we're really goddamn talking about MeSpin. I used to go there a good once a week, because it's a good testing website to test Flash and audio in Linux.
If you say so.
YouTube.com.
Or YouTube.com,
I guess you could, but then you have to find a video and stuff, and what if the video is silent and you don't know it?
But
There's too many
so
ifs, ands, or buts.
Videos on the front page.
That's too hard. That's too hard.
You know what's harder?
I don't want to answer that. Actually, I know what's harder. Tesla's new D.
Good segue.
Who the hell wrote that? I don't even know what that's in reference to.
So
The D.
this week Tesla unveiled the D, which is their all-wheel drive version of their Model S. I think the P85D, and it does 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds.
Is it really called the D?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the P85D, I believe.
Yeah.
There's some horny-ass marketing geniuses over at Tesla.
I
Yeah,
don't
when
think
they-
the marketing people come up with these names.
Nah. Because when they first leaked the image, it had, did it say D on it? Or just, I forget.
I remember
but,
there was a tweet where he's like, oh, I'm going to unveil the D and something else.
Yeah.
Speaking of marketing, do you know who has a pretty brilliant marketing scheme? Is freaking Pornhub. That was... well, yeah, it sounds bad, but there's actually stuff to go along with it. There was drama on the Reddits over these past 2 weeks about one user called Pornhub Katie, which is the PR manager for Pornhub, and always gets just insane amounts of upvotes within Reddit, but she has been called out lately about shilling for Pornhub and whatnot.
Well, she is a marketing rep for Pornhub, so
Exactly.
you would
That's kind of her
expect something
job.
from her.
But it never even occurred to me that her presence in Reddit would be considered advertising. That's actually a brilliant marketing scheme. If
Well,
you
yeah.
see, if you see
of-
people you trust praising this person and her company.
A lot of companies are now starting to have actual hired people browsing Reddit and all that stuff as official spokespeople.
Yep.
Do you think that 4chan has any of those?
No, please.
They might have people watching it just to see what shitstorm starts up next, but other than that,
I don't think 4chan's big enough for that.
yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty big because I live in the middle of like bumfuckistan, or like out in the sticks. Probably go high five at Bigfoot right now if I wanted to. But people still talk about 4chan in school. All little freshmen.
Huh.
It's pretty big. I think on the Alexa traffic rating, it's like 130th or something.
But then also in 4chan, it's all anonymized, so that really doesn't help marketing as much.
Hey, if people see it, that's marketing.
True.
John Oliver on Last Week Tonight actually did a whole segment about native advertising, and it's kind of scary for the future of journalism that they're able to sponsor these articles to be published by news websites and magazines and stuff. It's going to wind up being like that copy pasta from V about the Dorito version Xbox and stuff like that. That was our other sponsor, Doritos.
Well, there is KitKatt.
Are you trying to summon KittyKatt into the channel?
No, I wish, but no. Android.
Oh, yeah.
Android. Speaking of Android, Android L is supposed to release soon.
Android
Oh,
L.
yeah.
The one that comes after K. Duh, I don't know the alphabet.
Yep, KitKatt. It's the current version right now, like 4.4. And
Yeah.
Android L is supposed to bring in their new material design user interface.
Yep.
Looks pretty awesome.
I actually do like the material design. Looks pretty
I
nice.
haven't seen that yet. I should probably check that out.
You haven't seen it? It's been out for like a while.
I don't follow phone shit. Landlines for life.
Well, yeah. It's just their new design language and how they're talking about, manipulating this digital material as if it were paper, but it can do things that paper can't.
It sounds like a lot of buzzwords.
Yeah, just take a look at it.
I wonder what food it'll be named after, though. Something... I guess you could go key lime pie, but that starts with a K.
People are talking about, like, lollipop.
That's actually a good one. It probably will be lollipop. If they want to go the unoriginal route.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Bringing Ubuntu back into things, their naming scheme only has a couple cycles left.
What letter are they at right now?
U. It's what? It's Utopic Unicorn right now.
Huh.
So when they get to Z, I don't know what's going to happen. I guess they reset on the Greek alphabet or something. That's what they do with hurricanes.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
I bet that after they get to Z is when they're going to release their fully convergent operating system with Mir and Ubuntu Touch and whatnot.
Oh yeah, has Ubuntu, I guess Touch, or for mobile phones, been continuing development?
Heavily. Yep, they're still researching the hell out of it, but they've hit a certain point where they can't get any further without developing their own display server, so it looks like it's stagnated, but it's really not. It's just in a lot of research right now.
Oh, I see. And Mir?
Mir, same thing. They're developing Mir to get Ubuntu Touch out. They basically abandoned the desktop for the time being to work on their convergency stuffs.
So then who's working on Wayland?
They're third party. I actually don't know who's developing it. If it's a team or just one person. I'm gonna look it up. It's gonna be freaking pottering. It seems like every Linux application to make the news is pottering. How do you say his name? Somebody's trying to flag me down in the chat. Let me read this. Kori says, "Please, I know. The Exor team is developing Wayland." Well, now I know you're lying. Wouldn't be called Wayland.
Please.
Did you just invite yourself in?
Yes.
So it really is the X team that's developing Wayland.
Yes, it is.
You know what? That actually makes sense because they know what's wrong with X better than anybody else, and they can pinpoint how to fix it in Wayland.
Well, the name came from, I think it's the lead developer in Wayland now. He was driving through Wayland and he saw the name when the ideas came together. So that's why it's called Wayland and not something like Z.
Well, I like the name Wayland.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty good.
sounds futuristic. It's the name of that company in Prometheus.
Wayland Corp.
What a If a giant metal donut is rolling towards you, you're not gonna... Ugh, that scene would just piss me off so bad.
They just run along and...
Follow the path. Stay in the shadow.
Oh, I saw some videos. There's multiple movies that have that same type of issue.
Retards general.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically every horror movie ever. You would think...
Speaking of space,
Yes.
do you hear that NASA's working on long-distance flight?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah, like stasis. They have a new
Yes.
stasis method.
I did hear that they're working on the stasis.
I'm surprised the space program is still up and running.
Yeah.
Dude, I would just stasis myself on Earth. If there's some bullshit going on, like if I wanted to just wait a bullet out, then you can just stasis. It'd be like one of those sensory deprivation chambers, but like real.
Yeah, that would be kind of neat. See how much the world changes in that time.
It really doesn't seem, just like from looking at it far back, the stasis would be a hard thing to achieve.
Yeah, but I just guess that no one has really started looking at it now.
They've gotten lab rats to do it in the past, I think.
Oh, okay.
But they just can't scale that up for humans, and the lab rats may or may not have died. I forget how it worked out. Oh, I found Zanthas.
Oh, hey.
A wild Zanthas appears. And he doesn't know how to register his name either. I'm telling you, you can't register it yourself.
Strange.
This is 2014. Nobody has time to call anymore. Text messages are the future.
That's why it's mobile carriers now just give unlimited text and talk, charge for data.
I wish.
So-
I think I still have a texting cap.
You gotta upgrade your plan, man.
I might not. I'm just paranoid about it. Every time I send text message, I'm like, oh no, 5 cents. But then I realize it's not 1997 anymore. Where I live. Hey, Zanthas, what's up?
Hello.
Not much. I'm wishing I would have got a call, but whatever.
We texted. And plus, didn't you... You were the person that said it started, right? At 9?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually... I'll take the blame for that, because I was so unsure last night. I just didn't want to be up ass late, because I got shit to do tomorrow. Namely guys. That's personal shit. But yeah, where I live doesn't get cell service. So I've thrown my phone across the room trying to get it up into like the top corner so it can send a message.
Damn, that sucks.
Oh, so we're living in the sticks getcha. The steaks. I wish I was living in the steaks. Specifically Longhorn Steaks. They're a sponsor this week, by the way.
Yep.
Doritos and Longhorn. I really need to stop talking about goddamn food. I'm making myself hungry. And I just ate like a goddamn turkey's worth of chicken. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, chicken's worth of chicken.
Jesus, there's a giant ass spider on my wall.
Capture it.
I had a Lord of the Rings size spider in my room earlier. It was knocking shit over. Surprised it didn't like throw shit.
Yeah, I thought we were starting at 9 Central Standard Time or 10 Eastern Standard Time.
Nah, that
So
was...
I went to sleep.
I knew it. I called it. Yeah, time zones... we should really start using UTC. Yeah.
So I heard that Apple Pay is rumored to launch next week.
Apple Pay.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fuck's that?
You
There-
don't know what Apple Pay is?
Nah, I'm out of the loop.
It's their term of wireless payments via NFC.
Oh, that's actually... through like near field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
You, like-
snooping the shit out of some near field.
If you can get that close. And they're also like incorporating it with their Touch ID, with their fingerprint scanning shit.
That's a good idea. I think that would be widely used. But then again, a lot of near field isn't because people don't know how to use it. If Apple makes it user friendly, we could see that popping up though.
Yeah. That's the one reason I'm excited for it, is because once Apple uses it, businesses will start implementing it, and then everyone else who's not Apple can finally use our NFC payment systems we've had forever in businesses.
Yeah, but that shit pisses me off, though.
Yeah, I know.
It's like Google Wallet's been doing this for years now.
Yeah.
I mean, I just paid for like lunch the other day, and they're like, "Holy shit, what phone is that?" It's like, "Oh, it's an Nexus 5." I've had this for about a year. It's like, wow.
You might
That's
not even
so
have
cool.
to. You might not even have to use Google Wallet in a couple years because of the latest edition that Facebook's made. And I just so wanted me to bring this up. They also implemented payment in their Messenger.
Oh,
Really?
Yes. So
Facebook, you need to stop.
Facebook is basically going to become, or may become, it's all speculation, but probably will become PayPal too. We'll kind of merge some of that shit in, which I'm actually very happy for. But it's dangerous. It really does endanger smaller currencies because Facebook doesn't stop in the first world. It's used freaking everywhere. And if you can use the Facebook tokens or whatever the hell they're going to give you as like an exchange currency to move money across borders, that's gonna be goddamn like the standard immediately.
Yeah, as TSO said, I think it's real money, and they don't give you tokens. It's just like PayPal.
Okay, but you can still put money into the system.
Yes, but there'll be exchange rates and all that stuff.
It's like Google Wallet does the same thing right now. I don't understand why Facebook feels the need to get into this payment scheme or whatever.
Because they need their hand in every single type of data acquisition.
They're not Google, and they should really stop trying to be.
Even so, that's a convenient way to exchange your currency. They're
True.
actually
Yeah.
going through the process of turning US dollars into any other foreign currency is just nothing short of a goddamn nightmare.
You should take a look at Google Wallet. I promise I'm not shilling for Google.
Ken,
You can attach a payment in an email.
shit, that's cool. I might, because PayPal, I'm just done with PayPal. I made an account on August 9th, and they said, "Oh shit, nigga, you're not a real person. Send us your social security card, driver's license, and a check from work." And I did so, and I still haven't gotten my account, and it's over 2 months later.
Wow. You should do something about that.
I could call them and bitch them out and probably get it, but I don't care enough about it to actually do it.
That's what happened to my DigitalOcean credit. The one the GitHub was giving out. They want me to send my ID and my social, and I'm just like, fuck that.
Yeah, it's not worth the effort. But you're really a student, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, shit, you could do it. No problem then.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of effort. I might do it. I don't know.
I don't know that I would fully trust GitHub with my social security number.
Well, I have to give it to DigitalOcean directly.
Oh,
Not-
DigitalOcean.
Yeah,
They're trustable.
because they flagged me as like fraud because my brother, he also got some credit and he just registered like a few minutes before I did, and we both are doing it. So yeah.
Dick? Not Dick. I was thinking of DigitalOcean and GitHub at the same time.
What?
We were talking about marketing strategies earlier. DigitalOcean had probably one of the best ones. They took the Arch, which what happened to my voice? Why can't I use it? They took the Arch Wiki marketing strategy and hired a bunch of people to write Linux tutorials that go into DigitalOcean.com, so it's indexed by search engines and you wind up on their pages.
Huh.
Like they were like information on how to set Minecraft servers up, how to rice different clients and whatnot, all in DigitalOcean.
That's a pretty good strategy then.
Yeah.
Makes them look good for sure, and also generate a lot of buzz with the people that write tutorials. I know I was excited about it, but you had to be 18, so I was like, well, fuck you. Paid them decently too. It was like $50 per article.
Wow.
And more lately, I've seen them coming up when I need to Google how to do something, where it used to be like Ubuntu forums or ArchWiki. Now it's an official DigitalOcean page.
Huh.
And they sponsor the shit out of like every podcast out there.
Well, DigitalOcean. You want to sponsor us?
For $99 a month. I don't know anything about DigitalOcean. I know somebody that works there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
What do they do?
dudes. like in the break room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what their position is. I know them.
So
like,
they're entertainment and moral support for the programming team.
they're oral support. .br. That's my favorite Combot feature is .br.
Really?
Yeah, I use it at least once a day. You should have disabled it during the World Cup after that smackdown.
Oh, yeah. We don't talk about the World Cup.
I really sympathetic towards them. I thought that was a funny ass game.
No, the U.S. just didn't win, so.
Fuck the US.
I agree with Zanthas. Dude, I put money on the World Cup immediately during the preliminaries, and I made goddamn bank out of the results. Bank is $5, but shit, that's before it worked.
You're balling out of control there.
Oh, yeah.
Nux is taking it a bit far. Fuck sports. No, sports are fun.
Do you play any sports, Dymatic?
Oh yeah, women's volleyball.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's my jazz. No, in all honesty, sports are for... Playing sports is for plebs. Watching them, that's where it's all about.
I play sports.
Did you? Do you?
I play
Yeah.
sports.
Who SP here?
I don't
What?
go on that board.
Oh, SP. I thought you said USB here. So what sports do you play, Uncle?
Soccer. Or football.
It's such a confusing word, soccer. I don't know why we can't just agree on one thing. Especially because in other languages it's pronounced foosball, which here is that thing on a table.
Yeah, it's because America has to be difficult.
As always.
G should invent their own dialect of Lodgeband.
What?
Do you know of Lodgeband?
No.
It's a constructed language, whereas English or Spanish or Canadian or whatever is a natural language that just comes out of out of just people using it. A constructed language is more like a programming language where you design it and then you implement it with a certain set of words. So there's no ambiguities in it whatsoever.
Interesting. Except G would probably never complete a single project.
They got pretty far in talks.
But not completed.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Still working on it though.
I feel bad. I contributed once and I was like, I should probably go back and contribute, but I'm so busy.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Except most of the users of G. All they got is time.
I
And
miss
hot
those
pockets.
days. I don't miss those days. I've moved on to Red Baron.
Well, there you go.
Our band's pretty good. We should move on to Freshetta, though. It's the
Don't
top
know what that
tier.
is.
It's the top tier after Red Baron.
It sounds hipstery and pretentious.
Yeah, that's aaboagye.
I knew you were going to say that, Uncle D.
I like how you can just say his name so easily.
It's because we know each other.
Yeah.
aaboagye.
You can just call me A.
Is that work
Hey.
relation or through college or what?
University.
Yep.
Probably met on Doom. I'm not calling you guys old or anything, but
You're calling us old.
yep, met on Doom. If you have a job that's not freaking making chicken McNigglets for ghetto ass creeps, you're old.
Chicken McNicholas.
I went to Chile. Well, it's kind of a related story. I was going with my coworker to get Wendy's one day. We pull up to the speaker, and I'm gonna order McNuggets or something, or the Wendy's version McNuggets, whatever the fuck they're called. And I pull up, and he leans over my lap and says, "Yeah, I want a McDick." And the person on the speaker
What?
said, "I'm sorry." I said, "Oh, McDick." So I just pulled away and went to Dunkin' Donuts. I went from getting a McDick to getting a Dunkin' D's. It's very Wang-oriented lunch break.
Yes. Yes. Over in Korea, there are so many Dunkin' Donuts. Oh my god.
Yeah, same thing here. It's like a Dunkin' Donuts at least every neighborhood.
Oh, there's a Dunkin' Donut on every block in Korea.
I'm 12.
Oh, Carlitos asked how old Dymatic is.
Oh yeah, that was my answer. Actually, we should just go round robin. Everybody in the
Beautiful.
Everybody in here should describe their age. Well, not describe it, just say a number. Yeah, 12.
92.
Wow. fucking old fag.
That was World War One, faggot.
8.
Alright, so we got 2 low
And
lanes
Zanthas
and like
is
a
10.
great grandfather. Yeah, we can't shut Zanthas up tonight. It's just chatterbox.
I know, it's like taking over the conversation.
Good rebuttal.
Maybe he fell asleep again.
That's what I'm thinking.
Probably.
I wish he fell asleep on his push and talk, so we just hear.
Oh, that'd be precious.
I fell asleep playing World of Warcraft once, and I think it's the most fun I ever had playing that game.
Sleeping or
Yeah.
actually playing it?
Not a fun game. It just sucks you in. I'm ready for that to be dead. It'll probably be dead after Warlords of Draenor. Quick, anybody in the channel know when that comes out, by the way? World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor. Because they had an opening cinematic for it, I think like a month ago, and it looks... Well, the cinematic looks fantastic, but when does Blizzard's cinematics not look good?
Yeah, their cinematics are top notch.
I just hope that the WoW movie is something like that. Do it Beowulf style, where the whole thing is 3G.
Oh, no. I didn't like Beowulf's style.
Yeah, but that was like 10 years ago. I think it'd be different nowadays.
That's true. I guess
Yeah.
it would probably match like TMNT style.
I did not see that in the new one. Was it any good?
It was decent. I don't think it deserves as much as the hate as it has.
All the hate was just people bandwagoning on them being aliens, which is unfounded. Well, not unfounded, but it's unjustified.
They aren't aliens.
What? I thought the goo was from like an alien body.
I don't believe so.
Oh shit! I'm misinformed as hell.
They were said to be aliens by what's his name? Michael Bay said that they were going to be aliens, and then he retracted that statement. They changed it because so many people got upset. They were originally going to be aliens in the movie.
Does anybody know if Michael Bay directed The Island?
I have no idea.
Dude, that was probably... If it is, that's one of the best Michael Bay movies. Fuck, that scene where they're riding the R down the building.
He did direct it.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Sweet.
Just typed into Bing and it told me. Thank you, Bing.
I just asked my phone, and it was pretty awesome.
Did you get a Bing badge for doing that?
Actually, yes.
What are those? Do they actually pay you to use Bing?
Well, you can get stuff. Like $5 gift cards and stuff.
Dude, I would sell that shit. Like $10.
Why would anyone pay $10 for a $5 gift card?
The
Well, like,
novelty.
for Christmas. They're too lazy to go out and buy one themselves. They're like, oh shit, I'll just buy my kid a gift card from here. Can't wrap a
$5.
$10 bill. I think I just uncovered the my money-making scheme.
Does anyone do that?
I would assume so. I've sold gift cards before for face value, but that's as high as I've gone.
Yeah.
Whoever
That'd
that,
be pretty stupid to buy them over face value.
whoever that bastard was must have really loved Target to take a $50 Target gift card for $50.
Was that plus shipping or whatever?
No, I just had it, so I handed it over, traded for $50. Who knows when they get a paycheck, they're like, oh, dude, 100% of this Target right away.
Well, it's for like teenagers and stuff. It's usually better to give them a gift card than cash because then you know what they're using that money for.
They're not gonna buy drugs with it or stuff.
Yeah.
Unless they trade their Target gift card for $50 cash.
Well, there you go.
Asterisk, raise his hand, asterisk.
Yeah, speaking of searches, I was reading this article this weekend saying that like this independent third party compared Google search, Bing search, and I guess Siri. I guess like Cortana and Google Now. And Google Now came on top, and then Cortana actually beat Siri. And I guess the whole quality of information requested.
Does Android have a version of those?
Yeah, Android has Google Now built in.
They should have just named it something generic like Dave.
Steve.
Yo, Dave, what's the square root of 700?
I don't know, dude.
Just like this plumber. Everything's reminded me of Dennis Ritchie since today's his like death anniversary. Even plumbing did because of
Pipes?
plums in Plan 9. Not plums. Like, there's a special thing you can do in Planon called plumbing, where you highlight output and it matches the output to a binary somehow and opens it in that program. It's actually really freaking awesome.
TSO said plumb bobs.
Like is that a SpongeBob ripoff or what?
Maybe the thing you're thinking about.
I don't know why I did that. How to make fry trap, okay. Or fly trap. We said fly trap, I thought like the things that collect vegetable oil.
You mean a grease trap?
Same thing. I really want to make one of those like eco-friendly corn oil cars, just so my car always smells like French fries. I mean, it does anyway, but just like, so I have an excuse for it to smell like French fries.
That'd be a pretty good excuse.
My car runs on French fries. It's like the average American. Sorry about that, like, freaking destruction happening in the background. my retarded ass just smashed a water bottle full of water. I leaned on it too hard. Oh, I missed my mouth.
Good job.
It's soaked.
Yeah, please don't start hitting the water bottle against the desk and screaming.
That's a funny ass video. Oh, it's all over my microphone. No, I can't get full stallman because I have my shoes on. I don't have access to my toes. I get so much shit for that. Like every time I say mention outside of G, it's always the foot thing first.
Well, it is kind of grody.
He did not put his best foot forward on that one. BR. A BR moment. I want to count of all the BRs we had so far. 3.
Have we had threes?
3s?
Threes is a
Sorry,
game.
3. Threes is a game?
Yes, it is.
Is it? Yeah, it is. It's the original version of something.
Fours.
No, it's the original version of 256 or 2048. 2048. I knew it was some power
Okay.
too.
That ridiculous game that went viral for like 5 minutes.
I'm glad it went
It was
viral.
a-
Anything
it was
with
a
the powers
lot
of twos
longer.
makes me nerd out.
I was being facetious. Aaboagye.
Sure.
Yeah, it took over so bad that we had a programming competition for our school that was cross university. So our high school was like fighting another school at a university, and our challenge was to create a program to make a move in 2048, like the most well-informed move. But we chose Visual Basic 6 as our language, so I just like
Oh god.
I sat in the corner
Why
and
did
texted
you
the
do
whole
that
time.
to yourself?
Visual Basic. It's 2014.
That's all we learned.
I'm so sorry.
I know. Visual Basic and HTML where we're now not allowed to use CSS or JavaScript.
What?
They're all about the style tags. Is that Lua? So?
You could have learned a new language fast and implemented it faster than you could implement it in VB6.
You could. I shit you not. I considered writing a Lisp compiler in Visual Basic 6 and doing the project in it. I think you might be able to pull that off. Actually,
Possibly.
it's a small ass language. I don't know. I'm ready for the next generation of programming languages, but it's probably never going to come. So many good strides are being made in these hipster languages, but it seems like it's taking forever to make it into languages like Java and C++.
C is all you need.
Rut and C. Thanks, Dennis Ritchie. Fuck.
Never forget.
There's the Richmeister again. We're actually exactly 1 month and 1 day away from Never Forget. Or in the front of Never Forget.
Yes, in front of.
Dude, in our school, we're doing the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and they said, "Oh, today is 9/11/2001," or not. What year is it? 9/11/2014. And I said, "Never forget." And the person next to me thought I was being serious, and they said, "Never forget." All patriotic and shit. VB script. When you think VB isn't bad enough, it finds a way to like integrate itself with JavaScript.
And it just...
It's like if Visual Basic 6 was a conjoined twin, it would be like that conjoined twin marrying a mentally challenged person. That's
and then
what VB
having a
script
child
is.
that took
Yes.
the worst part of both of those and combined them.
Welcome to the world of VBScript. That's one area where the next language, or everything that starts with the letter that, never mind, the next level of programming languages is actually progressing pretty well, is JavaScript, because there's so many different things that compile to it. I know last night we were talking about CoffeeScript.
Ah, yes.
There's CoffeeScript, there's Elm, which is what I personally like. And even some compilers now are supporting direct to JavaScript compilation. The Haskell compiler being the one that just recently implemented it. You can now either do compile to machine code, compile to C, or compile to JavaScript.
Wow.
Using a method similar to that, somebody rewrote the Linux kernel, or what they do exactly. I know Zanthas knows the specifics of this. They got Linux working as a JavaScript program or something or other. I could find the link in like a second.
Wait, what?
Zanthas, what was the JavaScript Linux thing?
Are you talking about Grunt?
Maybe. Is that the Linux system completely written in JavaScript by the same person?
No. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
It was JS Linux.
Okay, yeah. Somebody wrote a bootable live version of Linux in JavaScript.
Really was the whole kernel. Jesus. It takes a long time to boot, too. There we go. Thank you, so.
Bellard.
Bellard.org/JSLinux. If you want to see what boot times were like, what your ancestors' boot times were like. Yep, good 14 seconds to boot.
This intrigues me.
Mine booted in 16.465 seconds.
Mine in
Damn,
13.614. Based IE11.
Based.
Base Netscape Explorer.
Oh, please tell me you're using that.
I should, just for hipster appeal.
Netscape Navigator.
Not Netscape Explorer. Explorer is the program I open accidentally on Windows way more than any other, because we use Expression Web for web development, and EXP Enter does not launch that. You would think it would take the start menu, be a little bit smarter, and like learn your preferences or something.
But it knows you want to use Internet Explorer. It just knows.
Internet Explorer gets too much hate. It should have a plugin system, but other than that, it's a bitchin' browser. The later versions.
Yeah, the later versions are really fast. Security is a lot better than people give credit for.
Before I moved to Ubuntu, it's like, there goes the rest of the water. Before I moved to Ubuntu, it was my default. I'm still thinking about the goddamn water. It was my default browser, even on Linux, because I screwed wine up.
Wow.
Yep, Internet Explorer 6.
6 was shitty.
6 was shitty, but what wasn't shitty when Internet Explorer 6 was out?
What was that?
But I am making the switch to Chrome this week, I decided, after last night's discussion, where somebody mentioned Google Dictionary, which is exactly the plugin I need, so Google Chrome ho. There's no reason to use Firefox, really.
Only if you care about my freedoms.
They would be using Iceweasel,
Yeah.
which is a Debian fork. I don't even know what they changed. I think it's like one.
I swear they just
one
changed
picture.
the logo.
Yeah.
Well, they have to. It's not like they wanted to.
No, I think that's really all they changed, because the logo wasn't under like Creative Commons or some shit. I don't know.
Okay, what happened there was, Debian, you know how it has a stable release, and they port security fixes to it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mozilla said that they cannot do that and name it Firefox. They have to use a different name. It's Mozilla being shitty.
That's so shitty. And Mozilla usually isn't a company to be shitty, so that's disappointing.
Yeah, and that's the only way they can put the security fixes into Iceweasel, because they can't change the source code and call it Firefox.
So does Ubuntu inherit the Iceweasel package and label it as Firefox, or do they just get the unpatched version of Firefox?
They just get it unpatched from Mozilla.
Oh, they get it raw, baby.
About the Iceweasel thing, Debian got the permission to use the name Firefox again, but they choose not to.
Did they really? How recent
Yeah,
was
but
this?
it's not recent. Like, it was a while ago. A year or more ago.
Yeah, that's pretty recent, because this thing happened like 4 years ago, 5 years ago maybe.
Well, I think now it's brand like brand recognition almost. Is it a placebo effect that Iceweasel doesn't work as well as Firefox, by the way?
Yes.
It should be almost the same.
It's the same browser, just with different branding. Yeah, it has some different features. Like, it does change things. I think there's a version of Iceweasel that doesn't have any proprietary software by default, like any proprietary services. Parabola actually has Iceweasel Libre, which doesn't have Google services at all. It's a forked version of Iceweasel.
Wait, so the Debian version of it contains Google services that are proprietary?
Yes.
That's so weird
Yes.
because Debian takes the stance of just free everything.
Yeah, it's funny.
Is that might be one of the things holding Richard Stallman back from recommending it? Because the list of things that let me start over. The list
Breathe.
of let's get too excited. The list of reasons that Debian can't be recommended by the Free Software Foundation is really small, so that could be one of them.
And it's because, like, if it allows you to install it, then I think he doesn't recommend it.
Oh, yeah, if it offers first-party repositories with non-free software, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's where I think it's gone too far. Like, there's nothing really wrong with Debian. If you don't want to install those packages, fine, go ahead. But just because you can doesn't make it a bad distro. Or a,
Right.
not free distro or whatever.
Right, it's free. What you're installing is completely free software. There's no free software on the disk, even. On non-free software, I mean.
On Debian?
Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, as we said before, sorry. Oh, jeez, I forgot what I was going to say. That's so bad.
Alright, so has asked me what the 4 essential freedoms are. Well, if you listen to last week's podcast, and the intro of it specifically, I would know the answer to that question.
Well, the intro actually only talks about the first.
Isn't Freedom Zero, like, you have the freedom to change anything?
No, you have the freedom to run the software.
Oh, running it.
Do
Okay.
you guys really not know the 4 essential freedoms?
I'm sorry,
Nah.
my life doesn't revolve around that.
Do you really think myself, as spokesperson of Microsoft, would care about that?
I thought everybody knew that.
I give zero shits, honestly. If DRM gets me the shows I want to watch and games on Linux, bring it on. I know that's a shitty stance to take, but it's a pragmatic one.
Yep.
I would rather be sitting here beating them midgets in Borderlands on Linux any day than having to boot Windows to do it. It's the lesser of two evils. Oh my god, I just poked myself in the eyeball with the microphone.
Good work. That's why you need a microphone that's bigger than your eyeball.
It's a skinny little bastard. Cheap little bastard, too. I think it was only like $9. Oh god.
Jesus, what was that?
That's tonight's fire alarm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just giving us practice, just in case. So
Fire alarm to escape the...
It's a loo.
It's a really fast mosquito that just flew by the microphone. Alright, he's back to being muted. Not looted. He said he wanted to say something, but I guess not.
Drivers.
Yep, there's the Linux quality for you. It still beats the Windows audio servers, though. Or
I don't know, mine sounds nice and crisp, and I am on Windows.
aaboagye, do you have an excuse for last week?
Yes, I figured it out. So
I'm interested in this.
the wireless headset that I'm using is an Asus wireless headset, and they have their own proprietary communication with their like dongle. I guess it's not Bluetooth.
Dongle.
It might be just like regular, I don't know, short ad hoc Wi-Fi. But anyways, the microphone part works fine, but audio output with Mumble for some reason just doesn't work. So
That's weird.
So now I'm using just Apple headphones and then using my headset mic to talk. It was really frustrating.
Now, the real question I want to know is, does audio output work in applications that aren't Mumble? Because I
Yes.
think that should be extracted away by the audio server.
Yeah,
Mumble
so
shouldn't be communicating with devices.
yeah, I'm not sure why I had that issue, because I play Counter-Strike and it works fine, Skype works fine, Google Hangouts works fine. This is the first time I ran into it.
It blows my mind. Say what you want about pulse audio, but at least if you have the devices, it provides like the same layer to interact with. I guess Windows doesn't have that. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass just from like knowledge of your problem.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I know about it.
All right. So guest speaker Alu is
Also known as Illusion.
Yeah, Allusion in the channel is unmuted and has something to talk about.
Is it working? Can you hear me well?
Lightly, but yes.
It's a little light.
Maybe raise the volume
Hello.
a little more.
What up, mate?
How about now?
Little more.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like the voice of. You sound like Morgan Freeman.
Sounds like there's like a choir behind him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it sounds godly.
I'm in a very empty building.
I guess the hell.
That's
you
what
are.
it sounds like.
Where the hell are you?
Hard to say.
It sounds.
Tomorrow
sounds
I'm
like you're
going
in
to
a-
virtual reality meetup.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the static in in Poltergeist. It sounds like you're talking from the Nether Realm or something. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Do you want to talk about virtual reality?
Fucking sure.
Well, tomorrow there's going to be another meetup in DC for VR, and these have been hugely popular in all sorts of areas, like in Silicon Valley, for example. Uncle, you got to check it out. They already have like over 900 members on these meetups that are less than a month old.
It's over 900.
Yeah, they're growing. They're very popular. So anyways, tomorrow we're having a special guest from California, which specializes in 360 video capture for the Oculus Rift, and as well as the newly acquired VisiSonics, which is proprietary 3D audio, positional audio technology that they're integrating into their latest prototype.
Huh, interesting.
So it's technology that it reminds me a lot of telepresence type applications, live teleconferencing, but instead of looking at a screen, it feels like you're actually in the room or wherever the equipment may be, or you could just record experiences as is.
I'm glad
Yeah.
it's becoming popular with the general user too, because that's what's going to get us interesting things in virtual reality, like games.
Not just games though, but actual experiences like in the real world or the physical world.
So augmented reality.
Just imagine the teaching opportunities you could have.
Oh hell yeah, dude! If you're trying to describe to your students what like an isohedron looks like, you just project one.
Yeah.
So that's something that I thought of, some time ago as soon as I got my Oculus. And I just found out that my local hackerspace is sponsored by the Smithsonian Institute. And they're very fond of Oculus Rift. And they have the largest 3D library in the world, as well as the most sophisticated 3D archival type technology. So it'll be cool if I could just, work with just a tiny percent of that,
So, that's a good point, sir. Virtual reality for military training, which might explain some of the interest in having this in DC.
Yeah, they have that. Navy's working on it, as well as DARPA, which is for situational awareness and combat training and simulation, as well as treating post-traumatic stress syndrome. And there's a whole lot of psychologists are needed for VR because it's sort of like a channel into the mind.
I just wanted to take a tangent on what you said with VR being used for PTSD victim or sufferers, or whatever you want to call them, patients. They're going to begin using medical LSD in some cases. So fuck yeah.
If you have both combined, it's very powerful.
I bet. I bet we're going to get people that forget they're wearing virtual reality and just start freaking the hell out.
That reminds me of that one video. I think it was like in Russia where somebody was trying like a roller coaster with the Oculus Rift, and like as he's going on the drop, somebody pushes him and the guy freaks out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I saw that. I also totally unrelated, I saw a picture of Russia where people put saran wrap all over the apartment and then just filled it with water at like an indoor swimming pool.
Wow.
When in Russia.
With VR, it's going to take about 5 years to hit the mainstream. But I mean, that's why it's really fun to just hack around with it now, just because there's so much to do, not just like with the head-mounted display, but with peripherals and other type of technology as well you can combine with it.
Right. If you get in that early, it can not only be lucrative for you, but you're a freaking pioneer for something that's going to be the future of a lot of different fields, different researches and entertainment. It's probably all heading to VR.
So other than that, after that meetup, I mean, it's all going to be about security. It's actually National Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that. Sponsored by the NSA.
Yeah, we hear a lot about it living around here.
Where do you live? Silicon Valley or something? Or no, DC. Of course, you would hear it more in the capital than in a technically inclined part of the world.
They advertise 0 days in the metro stations. I mean,
That's interesting.
What is this recent obsession with naming 0 days? Just makes them scarier.
naming.
Like Heartbleed and Shockwave.
You should see the emblems they give them. It's badass.
Heartbleed was literally minutes in MS Paint.
Kaspersky Labs, they give them like a little picture for each new threat that's out there. You should check them out.
I probably will. I like the little icons people make up for that. The ones for Shell Shock were pretty entertaining.
Yeah, they create emblems of fear.
They like some people were using a cracked turtle. Some people were using like artillery. I am going to look at one of Uncle's pictures. Well, Firefox is being a retarded. So is that just the Heartbleed picture you've linked?
Yeah, it's the Kaspersky's Heartbleed picture.
Oh, that's Kaspersky's?
Yeah.
That took a lot of effort.
That's like where the heart is. What the? Dude, if your heart is that far over, you got some freaking problems. Yes, you have an SSL thing.
Stupid code names.
So many vulnerable servers to Heartbleed.
Yeah.
You know there's at least one vulnerability in like every server that exists currently. At least one. Just waiting to be found.
Software is bug free.
It's getting gangsta up in the textual chat. The motherfuckers being thrown around.
I'm pretty sure it's only being thrown around because that's someone's name.
Oh. I did not even notice that.
Yeah.
I want to change my name, but Zanthas yells at me every time I sign in as it.
Well, because no one knows you as it.
Yeah, that's. I guess that's true. Nobody knew me as Dymatic either when I changed from Black Joe. Thanks, Kodiak, for that bullshit. That's an episode 0 throwback.
Yep.
Gotta have at least one of those on in each recording. I realized actually that as good as episode 0 was, you'll never reach the master planning that was episode -1. Heat Stroke edition.
Ah, yes.
That was fun as hell. Music question mark? I don't know why I have text to speech. You know what? I'm gonna turn text to speech off.
Why do you even have that on?
I don't know. It's been really distracting all night. It's the main reason I'm blaming that I can't talk tonight. I start pronouncing what I'm hearing in text to speech. Alright, that shit's off.
There you go.
So, there's no gentle way to do any transitions or whatnot. Oh no.
That's
was
not very
that?
gentle. I think he dropped his mic.
That isn't very gentle at all.
I just threw my mic again. Definitely not the pinnacle of gentleness, but
No.
Also not gentle is how fucking fast ChromeOS just dropped all of their support for freaking the different file systems.
Really?
I'm
They
still,
dropped it?
Yeah.
I
No.
still don't believe that. I haven't actually looked it up, but I just refuse to believe that. I'm gonna go look it up right now.
Yeah, because if they're not running EXTF4, like what file system are they running?
NTFS?
ChromeOS runs on NTFS?
It's going to. Apparently. I don't know if this is... Hang on. Motherfucker might be pointing out that this is old, hype-driven news. I hope, because it's a really bad news story.
Yeah, because I don't even think Linux runs on NTFS.
It doesn't. Well, you have the option of formatting things with it, but it uses a special compatibility layer. So if it's using that compatibility layer, it's just pants on heads retarded. Why would you do that? But yet again, all these news articles are coming up that's saying that support for ext 2, 3, and 4 have all been dropped, and BTRFS and MK, or all of the file systems except for NTFS and FAT have been dropped, is what I read. Not from an official source either.
Okay, I'm reading right now on the bug tracker. It seems like what this is on, it's an issue. Here, I'll link it for you guys to read. And basically, it's some guy suggesting that they drop it, and they're actually discussing it kind of semi-seriously. So, I mean, I hope that this doesn't happen. It doesn't look like they're gonna do it, but they're just talking about it.
Well, even if they do it, I mean, it's not hard to just add support back into it.
Right, it's all Linux in the end.
Yeah. I mean, I guess your end user doesn't even know if their flash drive is, or even formats their flash drive as ext4 or something.
I guess it doesn't matter if it uses NTFS, but if he...
And that's how we lost Dymatic.
But if it uses like FAT, that would be obvious to the user because it has a maximum file size of 4 gigabytes.
FAT is deprecated. We should be using XFAT anyways.
Crawford is, what did you eat, Dymatic? Apparently, too much chicken and the giggles, because, man, I'm having some trouble over here now. They probably would use XFAT, though. FAT is like, what? That's like 20 years old at this point, right?
Yeah, it's old.
Back when 4 gigabytes was just like unimaginably large. It's like somebody today saying, oh yeah, we'll just cap this off at 4 exabytes. Nobody will ever have that. 10 years later.
Exabytes? What were they thinking?
Yep.
That's like a size of half my movie.
Yeah, see, everybody like says that. They're like, oh man, I can't wait for these like 80 terabyte hard drives to come out and shit. Who the hell uses that much space? I'm currently using less than 10 gigabytes.
One 1080p anime episode for me is like half a gig. And if I'm watching a few shows, that easily adds up, but I'm nowhere near like a terabyte.
I know that
I'm
Uncle's using a terabyte less than he was earlier this day.
3 terabytes less.
Jesus.
Yeah. One of my drives started clicking.
His drive took the dump that my washing machine took this morning.
Pretty much.
The appliances are revolting.
I'm gonna try and freeze it and try and get some data off it.
Does freezing it actually do anything?
Well, only if it's like an alignment issue.
I thought that was more like rotational velocity.
That is clearly the issue that's happening here.
You already know that whole story. I went into that earlier. The changing MP3s to FLACs because I thought they were losing bits.
Did you really fall for that troll?
Oh yeah, I did. It's easy to fall for. Why name a lossy if they're not really going to be, if they're just going to maintain? And plus, I bet that like polar
because they're
differences and
lossy
shit.
compared to the original content.
Yeah, when you transcribe it into it. But I bet that through like polar mishaps and whatnot, that we get flip bits all the time.
And that's why there's ECC.
Not sure what that is.
ECC, error correcting codes. It's a portion of memory that keeps track of your other memory, so it detects single bit parity errors and can even recover from double bit parity if you're lucky.
The best seems like it'd be hard to recover from.
Yeah.
Linux would just panic. Or you could just check some, I guess, if you're really worried about data loss. That's the vulnerability that was in apt like 4 weeks ago, was they just threw checksums out the window. They're like, oh, you got a binary? It's probably not a hacked version.
Wait, so it didn't actually perform the checksum?
Nope. Not on downloaded packages.
Yeah, only on install.
Weird.
I wish Windows 10 was bringing a package manager, dude. I'd be so happy. I didn't even try to quote the meme, but yeah, it could be a meme.
Well, I guess that's what they're trying to do with the Windows Store.
Yeah, because they're bringing x86 programs into the Windows Store.
Can you install libraries through the Windows Store?
Install what?
What?
Like libraries, DLLs,
Why would you need to?
development? Until it can do that, it's not good enough. Because
Well,
if I need...
You'd have to figure out how many people are going to do that, and if it's really going to be a required feature for the Windows Store.
Yeah, I suppose. I would definitely use it enough, because like right now, if I wanted to make an ncurses application, it's apt-get install lib ncurses 5-dev or something, and there you go. You have the library, you can just start coding. With Windows, you hunt down the DLL and fall into the tar pit that is DLL hell. I still choose to believe that Pitfall Harry is about a programmer avoiding DLL dependencies. It just occurred to me that DLL stands for Dynamically Linked Library, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, why even have those on Windows 10? I thought everything was all static linking.
What? No.
Well, like they're a lot bigger on it than they are on Linux. There's a staunch anti-static linking campaign on Linux, and I disagree with it.
Isn't everything? Actually, never mind.
Most
You
things,
can't-
though.
Yeah, most things. You can statically link, but it's frowned upon. The same assholes that list harmful software, like they say GNU is harmful software and shit, they were against it, I guess, in the early days, and it just followed through. Became the standard. So, would like to discuss dependent types, but I figured that would... the only reason I didn't mention that is because it's more of a backup thing, and I don't think a lot of people here really know about the dependent types to really talk about them. Anybody here work with that type system?
What do you
I
mean,
don't.
dependent type?
Dependent types is basically like, let's take C# as an example, because I think all the programmers in here might know C#. It would be like specifying, right now you can specify, oh yeah, I want this array to hold integers. But with dependent types, you could say, this is an array of integers less than 3. And the compiler would be able to detect any overstepping of that domain to the type. So you can like restrict types to certain values, which basically splits programming into type level programming and code level programming.
Isn't that kind of what we already have today? I mean, like statically typed languages, and then, I guess, not dynamically typed, like Python?
It's static typing taken a one step further, basically.
Okay.
Where instead of specifying the types, you're specifying particular ranges within the type, is how I've understood it.
That seems dumb.
Huge in academia, but dumb. I think it's being proven that splitting up programming into type level and freaking like regular level is just too much for the user. It might be academically sound, but a lot of programming, and this is something that enough people don't realize, programming isn't all about being theoretically sound. It's about getting stuff done.
Yep, at the end of the day, it's just a tool.
Yep, and that's the problem that a lot of languages are making. They go the theoretical route like Haskell, wind up with like a cultistic following, but no uses.
So we're at an hour and 48 minutes.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ,
wow.
are we?
Yes.
Alright, so we are going to wrap up. This is
Episode 3.
episode 3, and this is also the portion where we should probably mention any topics that came up this week, but we didn't get a chance to get to. I say. I don't think there's anything, actually.
Not that I know of.
Well, very good then. Pragmatic as hell. There's woohoo! Turned into a goddamn who makes that sound? Woohoo! Owls, yeah. Turned into an owl.
Owls.
Have we done the user of the Fortnite stuff?
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
So, the pirate, I'm not going to say the P word. We have a couple of good candidates for user of the Fortnight. And for you Rice folk, I'm sorry, this only applies to G Technology users.
If you want to become a user of the Fortnite, you should contribute to the G Technology discussion.
Exactly. So going down the list of the users that are eligible for user of the Fortnight this week, we have Flygon. Just intrinsically, he's Flygon. That's badass. It gets him nominated. Trez for open BSD discussion. I bet Zanthas freaking BSD boner just grew an inch. Dez for making the joke at some point. Didn't write the joke down. Wish I had. It's obviously good enough to list. Cool Wolf talked about programming on Tuesday. Don't know why the day is important there, but wrote it down.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. I don't know which Tuesday, so that's a doubly bad note. Screw you past self. Pro Wolf, because MoFuck suggests it. And Brett, who gave a shitload of tech support to a user about GTK theming. I think that was today.
I think so.
So, does anybody have any user to add to the nomination list that I haven't listed? Because that's just my observations.
I do. Let me just see if I can remember their name. If I'm nominating them, I should remember their name, but I don't.
Well, we do have over 250 people, so.
Yeah, let's nominate a lurker.
Larker. I
stole my Reddit name from a lurker in our channel.
Oh, you said lurker. I thought you said larker. I was like, who the fuck is larker?
No, Lag Scout. Lag Scout. He's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, Lag Scout.
Oh, I do like Lag Scout.
He's a pretty good.
The Council of Evaluators has judged User of the Week.
And we have decided on Lag Scout.
Lag Scout.
Lag Scout.
Yeah.
Lag Scout.
And now, because we like you guys so much...
That was the best reuse ever.
So now we're going to unmute you guys so you can give us feedback.
Freaking screw feedback. Let's turn this into Circle Jerk Sunday.
Jesus.
About fucking time.
That's lovely.
What the fuck?
I like it. I don't know about you guys.
I like it.
I do like the music. It adds a lot to the conversation.
It's classy as shit.
Yeah.
Well, in a that's racist.
So here's what I didn't like about the podcast this week. Number one, no girls.
I second that.
Yeah. We're not going to be able to get girls on here.
Yeah, we can. There's always G/SICP, and those guys are also programmers. That's my other favorite channel to troll in.
They're not. You mean girls like girls?
I like pretty ones, but hey, they get the job done.
Quotation.
They get the job done. Oh god.
They're a bunch of traps.
Yeah, but we have traps too.
Traps are fine.
So we're
I didn't actually.
trap playing field.
I didn't think about that. It didn't occur to me, man.
I think
they're a
traps
bunch
would...
of traps.
We have illusion. He's a trap.
I like
Actually,
illusion.
it's about
Illusion's
trappiness.
cool. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's better than nothing.
Fuck, man. I don't even.
Traps
I
would
love
open you up
this
to
music.
a whole new demographic, like
This
the Tumblr
this
demographic.
music is adding so much right now. I don't even just this music.
It's like we're all stuck in an elevator.
This
We're all
would be a
stuck in
good
an elevator arguing about traps.
G technology.
Best elevator
Yep.
ride ever.
If 4chan was an apartment building, that would happen.
Pretty much.
I would live in that apartment building. It'd probably be some pretty nice places. A bunch of rich, yuppie white parents.
I've been thinking about getting Hot Wheels to come stay at my house. He's around the area.
For a second, I thought you were talking about like Hot Wheels, the company.
Just Hot Wheels is gonna come to my house. We're gonna build the sick ass tracks around my house, and we're just gonna play with the cars all day long. Just me and the employees.